to somebody that elder, you know, who's done lived 100 years at least, you know, who's done lived a whole lifetime, and he said, hey, those things, I don't do those things, because I've heard about people just living in the mountains, just way up there, nowhere around the civilization, just living off the land, eat nuts and like you said, dates and things like that, and that's how they coexist. They don't want to be around the civilized world with all these pesticides and stuff that's in the food. You know, they're strictly organic. I've heard about them of back in the 70s when I first noticed that they existed in some of those places.
And speaking of parasites, all your meat has parasites. Fish is very high in parasites.
And that what you call mercury?
And mercury. And you really don't want too much of that.
Well, because they try to promote a lot of fish in your diet. They say it's good for your heart. The whiting, for the fish that don't eat the other fish, like, what is it, salmon?
Okay, well, who says that, though?
Somebody in the health,
So, they got to make money. So they'll tell you anything. He just said in the Bible, it says the herbs and the leaves and the fruit. The herbs for the healing of the nation. The leaves are for the healing of the nation. The fruit shall be for your meat. Saying nothing about fish. Didn't say nothing about other meat. Because when you eat meat, you're eating dead food. This animal has been dead and embalmed.
So it don't matter whether there's pork or nothing. I heard a sister today, man, she said she was going to go get us some products, some pig feet and intestines, and everybody said, no, I'm not going to do that. She looked at them like, you ain't what? You going to get you no shit? I don't know what's wrong with you. And you know, but she was going to fine with the sister too, you know, just to consume what you're saying. I mean, you have to rethink, you know, what's going on inside, you know, to want to keep your diet. And we as black people too, at one time, they were saying a lot of the food that we were eating, they called it soul food, but it was causing us to have high blood pressure and things like you said, parasites. That's something got to be out of sequence.
Soul food.
Yeah.
Or like soul killer.
Okay.
And so you cannot get life eating from the dead.
Okay.
It's impossible. The food is dead, it don't have life in it, it's dead. You're alive, and you're electrical. So that means that it takes electrical food to sustain an electrical body. It takes electrical medicine to sustain an electrical body. So dead food and hybrid foods is non-electrical.
So then if a person is not fully vegetarian, you can be as vegetarian-like as possible. I mean, some people just gotta have something along that realm. I mean, everybody. I don't think everybody's level of faith to move mountains is not the same. Some people, they don't have to eat pork and red meat, because I heard them are some of the most devastating foods that you can eat, because that hamburger and stuff just lays in your intestines for weeks after you eat a meal. But I believe some flesh that's unlike cattle or swine, you can make it a little more soluble. In other words, what they say, the lamb, before it touches the ground, and they feed all senior citizens that.
Well, you remember what he just said about lamb. It's 10 times worse than pork.
So no.
Okay? You know, all that greasy, sticky stuff in the pan when you cook lamb and pork and that stuff.
Yeah. So that's the extreme. So maybe
you're eating that stuff. Well, you know, just like lard. When you used to use lard, and then when you sit that grease over the side on the stove, because keep using the same grease, we used to do it, and use that grease over and over. But when you sit it up there, it turns solid.
Yeah.
well then, that's what it does inside you.
Right. That's how it collects on the artery wall. That
It
cholesterol,
turns into a solid.
it clogs up the artery that way. That's the cholesterol. Every time you eat, it has a blood, it goes into your bloodstream. It creates a chemical reaction, and it thickens in the blood. So this thickening is going to go all throughout your arteries. And if you're doing this every day, like in the morning, and at
2
lunch,
times a day.
you do it every couple hours, it
7
takes that
days a
long.
week. Right.
It takes that long.
Right.
That's going to be the biggest killer in your people. To get out of your body. It takes that long, 2 or 3 hours.
My people perish for lack of knowledge.
But think about this. The body is not really made to eat meat in the sense of it has a long intestine
From
tract.
the beginning.
From the beginning, the body is not designed to eat meat on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
You can eat it every blue moon and it wouldn't have that effect. But when you're eating it every day, day in, day out, your intestine is very long. So what I'm saying is when you got meat eaters, a meat eater, like a tiger, has a very short intestine tract. So if you eat 4 feet. Huh?
4 feet.
Yeah, 4 feet. So when you eat it, it's in and out. But ours is
30 feet.
It's 30 feet. So it's got to go through all.
He's a man eater, so meat eater, so he eats that and
He has the body designed to do
Designed for that.
That's
With
why you
humans,
have a
don't.
short intestine
Right.
tract.
Right.
Humans don't have it.
Right.
Humans, it takes, so if it takes 3 days or so for a human to digest a meat and get it out. Now your body is designed to get it out within a few hours. A couple hours or so, it should be coming out of you. So when you're eating meat, anyway, regardless if it's non-hybrid, hybrid meat, whatever, hybrid just compounds the problem when you got hybrid meat. You see what I'm saying? It's a compound problem. You're already not supposed to eat it. But now you're eating something that's not even genetically in the mainstream. It's not even God-made. So now your body's got a double
Now,
negative.
to reiterate what you both brothers said, the tapeworm for a minute. I studied that, and it hooks on inside it comes from like raw meat. Some people used to eat medium rare meat and stuff, raw fish and all that. So that parasite hooks inside your stomach, and then he grows the whole length of your intestine.
Have your attention, please?
And
The library closes
he's
at
a
11
host.
o'clock.
He's not gonna kill you because you feed.
Check out that first time.
Yeah, but he's gonna get the first time, right?
As well as what it excretes.
Right, and he breaks off with your stool. He like you trim the hair. He breaks off